Don't worry, I am not going to sing You've Got a Friend in Me. I just wanted to take you for a little float down the stream of consciousness that I got into when I looked at a couple of the items in the collection. And they seem to be items that we've all kind of gravitated towards. These reminded me of the toys that I had when I was a kid, even though the Sandman is full size, because the Sandman looks like the Matchbox cars and the Hot Wheels cars that I collected when I was a kid. And you'll note, this is one of the ones that I had, and you'll note it's every bit as lurid, every bit as crass as that orange thing, as were the rest of them in my collection. But I also had Barbie's first camper. This is the one I had. From 1971, the inaugural version, before curves had been invented and everything was yellow and orange. But I didn't care that it was basically a laminated cereal box. And I didn't care it was out of scale with Hot Mess Ken and Malibu Barbie and G.I. Joe, who came crashing through the woods to share in the adventure of every camping trip. What I cared about was that they were real toys. And at Christmas time, I could ask for real toys and not hear, "Nah, we can't afford that." Because those real toys were keys for me to fit in a little bit better than I felt like I did. Because I didn't really. There were things that were different about me that probably weren't as obvious as they would have been to anybody who knew me, but they were obvious to the kids around me. The first thing that didn't fit was the fact that my absent father was a black man from Jamaica. And although I never heard the words "don't talk about it" from my family, I knew that those were things that I shouldn't talk about at school or anywhere else. And I also didn't grow up in a real neighborhood. I lived down a narrow dead-end road in the countryside, and on my side of the road, the houses were really, really far apart, and they were full of old people. And on the other side of the road, it looked like that, just the woods, no kids. I often wore handmade clothes because the Garanimals didn't fit me, and they weren't bespoke by any stretch of the imagination. And because I was an only child and I read a lot, the kids at school thought I used big words. So toys really helped me fit. And they were the right toys, but they weren't always the right toys for me as a girl, which was all right in like first and second grade. But as I got older, the gender role border patrol told me in no uncertain terms which ones were the right ones. And when I learned which cars and which dolls were the right ones, I also learned which parts of me were the wrong ones and the parts that I would have to hide if I wanted to fit in. So the game of identity work, hide and seek, begins really, really young. And sometimes we get so good at hiding the things about ourselves that won't make us stick out that we forget where we put them. But fortunately, we do grow up, and sometimes we move to the other side of the planet. And we get to be in a place and get to an age where, I don't know about you, but I have no more fucks left to give. And I can be all the things and play with all the toys.